It's time to do recording, heading to the studio, in through the hallway, here we go, okay, and we go, and, oh yeah, turn it on. Check, 1, 2, okay, let's go!
One day, 3 little kids named Emma, Lucy and Caleb were all very excited because today they were heading to the pool. Now, they had been getting all their things ready. They'd grabbed their towels and they'd grabbed their bathers and they'd even grabbed some floaties. And they were getting in the car and heading down to the pool. I wonder if there'll be many people at the pool today, said Emma. I don't know, said Lucy. I can't wait to jump in, said Caleb. They were very excited about the pool. It was one of their favourite places to go. When they arrived at the pool, it wasn't very busy, but there was enough people there to have some fun. As they got out, they got ready to jump in. They got their bathers on, and they waited till their mum was ready, and then they said, "Can we jump in now, Mum?" "Of course you can," said their mum. "All right," said Caleb, "me first." He walked over to the side of the pool, but as he got close to the edge, he realised something about the edge of the pool felt a little bit funny. Emma," he said. Yes, Caleb. "Can you feel how the pool feels a little bit funny?" Yes, I can, said Emma. She put her foot on the edge of the pool and started to press up and down. "It feels really wobbly," she said. Let me try, said Lucy. So, Lucy raced over to the edge of the pool. She felt the wobbliness and had an idea. I wonder if this'll work, she said. She jumped on the edge of the pool. Not into the pool, but onto the edge of the pool. When she landed, "Where did she go?" said Caleb. I don't know, said Emma. They were looking and they watched as Lucy came down and splashed right in the middle of the pool. "Wow," said the other two. "That looked like so much fun. You should try," said Lucy. Okay, said Caleb. So he stood on the edge of the pool as well and he jumped on the edge. He went flying into the sky as well. "Wait for me," said Emma. Emma jumped on as well. As she jumped on, she went flying up, straight into the air. As she was going up, she saw Caleb coming back down. "Hi, Caleb," she said, as Caleb went past her. "Bye," said Caleb, heading back down towards the pool, and he splashed in. Trouble was, Caleb had done such a big splash that he had splashed all the water out of the pool. "Uh-oh," said Caleb as he looked across at Lucy. Emma's coming down and there's no water in the pool." What should we do?" said Lucy. I don't know. Just then, Caleb noticed some kind of strange cave on the side of the pool. "What's that in there?" he said. And out of the funny-looking cave came a pirate.
"Arr," said the pirate. "Who be knocking all the water out of me sea cave?"
That was me," said Caleb, "and our sister is about to come crash into the ground."
"Don't you worry," said the pirate. "I've got an idea."
He raced over to Lucy and took the floaty off her. "Hey," said Lucy.
"I'll just borrow this for a second,"
said the pirate, and he raced back out into the middle of the pool. By the time he got back to the middle, they could see Emma coming down. Ah! He raced underneath her with the floaty and held it out. She landed safely on the floaty. "Whoa, what just happened?" said Emma.
"Well, ye little brother be knocking all the water out of me sea cave, and I be deciding that it is not a great idea for you to come crashing down into an empty pool."
Yes, said Emma. That would not have been a good idea at all. She looked around, but what are we going to do now? Nobody can use the pool. It's empty.
Well, that works out perfectly, actually."
"How's that?" said the kids.
"Well, I'd be planning to change all the water in this pool to a very special kind of water."
"A special kind of water," said Caleb. What do you mean?"
"Come with me," said the pirate.
As he started to climb out of the pool, Lucy turned to him. Thank you for saving me. What's your name?"
"My name be Pirate Peggy Pants," said the pirate.
"Pirate Peggy Pants," said Lucy. "That's a funny name. Can I be a pirate too?" said Caleb.
"Huzzar!" said Pirate Peggy Pants. "Of course ye can be a pirate. Hang on, let me see."
He quickly jumped back down the ladder and raced over to his sea cave. He came back out with 3 pirate hats. He put one on Emma, one on Lucy, and one on Caleb.
"Now ye be part of me crew," said Pirate Peggy Pants, "but it is time to find the new water."
"Where are we going to find the new water?" said Emma.
"Come on," said the pirate.
So the kids raced off after him, and he went out of the pool and around to some kind of strange little hole in the ground. The kids looked in. That looks shimmery," said Emma. It is shimmery, said Pirate Peggy Pants. Come on, we need to work together. Pirate Peggy Pants reached down into the shimmery hole and picked up a handful of the liquid. How did you do that? Said Lucy. This is very special. Grab yourself some. Okay, said the kids. So they all grabbed a little bit of the shimmering liquid each, and they started carrying it across to the pool. As they carried it across, Caleb was looking at it. As he looked deeply at the shimmering liquid, he noticed, is it alive? Said Caleb. Ha, said Pirate Peggy Pants. Well, kind of. Wait and see. Pirate Peggy Pants grabbed his handful. Now it is very important that you do not throw it straight in. Well, what are we meant to do? Said Lucy. Like this, said Pirate Peggy Pants, as he turned around and threw it over the top of his head. Up, he said, throwing it over him and behind him into the pool. When it hit the bottom of the pool, whoosh, the pool quickly filled to the very top. What? Said Emma. What's going to happen when we throw ours in? Well, mine be doing the filling and yours be doing the sillying, he said. The sillying? Don't worry, give it a go. So the kids turned around. One at a time? No, not one at a time, said Pirate Peggy Pants. All together! Okay, said the kids. So they turned around and they threw the shimmering liquid over their heads into the pool. Whoosh! When they threw it, it landed, and the pool did some very strange things. First of all, a giant wave popped up out of the pool and started crashing down on the middle. Then when the second lump hit, the water all seemed to turn to sparkles, and it was shimmering and shaking, and then it went out into a big ball and then splashed back into the middle. And then when the last one hit, whoosh, the entire pool seemed to turn to ice. Wow, said the kids. That was ridiculous. All right, well, at least the pool's full again. It's not over yet, said Pirate Peggy Pants. Now we get to play. Play, said the kids. Of course, where are your floaties? Okay, I've got one here. Caleb pulled out a little crocodile floaty. And I've got one here. She pulled out a little shark floaty. And this one's mine over here. Emma pulled out an octopus floaty. It was very funny. Ho, said Pirate Peggy Pants, and I be using me boat floaty. He pulled out a floaty that looked like a pirate ship. Is everybody ready? He said. Okay, said the kids. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yelled Pirate Peggy Pants. And on 3, all the kids jumped into the pool with their different floaties. When they jumped in, something very strange happened. Caleb's crocodile came to life, and it grew to the full size of a real crocodile. Whoa, said Caleb. The crocodile turned around. Hello, it said. We better do some munching, it said. Munching, said Caleb. Said the crocodile, as it started swimming around the pool, trying to munch anything that it could find. Lucy's shark floaty came to life as well. Hello, it said. Hi, said Lucy. Let's go for a swim, it said, as it swum down into the water. Whoa, said Lucy as she went underneath the water. But for some reason, she was able to breathe. Then Emma's octopus started to come to life as well. It started wiggling all its arms in every direction, flapping about. They looked up, and there, floating on top of the water, was Pirate Peggy Pants in a real pirate ship. Ahoy, me hearties! You scurvy dogs never be defeating me, Pirate Peggy Pants, he said. And the kids looked up, and Pirate Peggy Pants had cannons aimed at all of them. What? They said. Pirate Peggy Pants! Don't worry, it's only a game, but it's a fun game, he said. Fire! And as he fired, a cannonball that was actually made out of a floaty flew straight towards Caleb. It bopped him right in the tummy. Ooh, he said. That tickles. Ha, yes, me tickle floaty cannonballs be shooting in every direction, he said. Pirate Peggy Pants continued to blast his cannons all around. The kids were getting blasted by the tickle cannonballs. Whoa, said Emma. That tickles, said Lucy. They were laughing and trying to get away. Quick, let's make up a plan, said Emma. They all swam to the corner of the pool. Then they grabbed some things to try and make a barrier. They found some mats and some other floaties to try and hide behind so they could make a plan of how to get Pirate Peggy Pants. All right, said Emma. We need to work out what to do. Well, I can go underwater, said Lucy. Really, said Caleb. That sounds like fun. We can go underwater too, said his crocodile. Oh, really? Yes, but not for too long. Okay. How about... The kids all whispered until they had come up with an amazing plan. Let's do it, said Emma. Hooray, cheered the other two kids. Come out, yelled Pirate Peggy Pants. This be a battle and I be the winner, he said. And as they let down all the inflatables and mats that were in front of them, Pirate Peggy Pants went to sail his ship right into the middle. Where did they go? He said. He was looking around. You can't hide from me forever, he said, trying to work out where the kids had gone. But then he realized an octopus popped up right behind him. Bah! He said. Quick, where's me cannon? He tried to grab one of his cannons to turn towards the octopus, but while he was turning that way, Lucy popped up with her shark inflatable, and it took a big bite out the side of his pirate ship. Oh no! We be deflating, said Pirate Peggy Pants. Our turn, said Caleb to his crocodile. It swum up on the other side where Pirate Peggy Pants wasn't looking either. Munch, 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 it said. And it took another bite out the side of Pirate Peggy Pants' pirate ship. This time, the munch was so big that it sent the pirate ship sailing, not on the water, but into the sky. Said Pirate Peggy Pants as his ship went floating over the top of the pool. It did loops through the air and a couple of flips and then landed on the side of the pool. When it landed, he stood up. Did we win? Said Emma. Huzzah! Yelled Pirate Peggy Pants. That was amazing! The kids all laughed, and their inflatable animals were very excited too. They jumped and flipped out of the water. This be so much fun, said Pirate Peggy Pants. But it is time for me to be going. I need to get back to the high seas. There are lots of people waiting for me to be a pirate and steal treasure and all those piratey type things. It's all good fun, though, he said. The kids all laughed. Well, thank you, Pirate Peggy Pants. We've had so much fun in the pool. Well, it's not quite time for you to get out. There's one more thing to do. What is it? Said the kids. All right, all of you over to that end. So they all took their inflatables and swam over to the end of the pool. When they arrived there, they waited. What now? They said. Pirate Peggy Pants pulled out one more handful of the shimmering liquid and threw it into the pool. Have fun, he said. What? Said the kids. As Pirate Peggy Pants threw the last handful into the pool, all of a sudden the whole pool turned into a giant whirlpool. It spun around and around and around, and the kids were getting sucked around with it. Wow! Wow, they said. This is so much fun. It was spinning and twirling them as they went around and around and around until the whirlpool slowly eased off. When it finally stopped, the kids swam over to the side of the pool and they climbed out. Their mum was there waiting. Hi kids, she said. How is the pool? Well, said Lucy, I don't think you'd believe us even if we told you. And that is the end of the story. This episode be brought to you by Pirate Peggy Pants Real Life Inflatables, the only types of inflatables that start as nothing, but when you blow them up and throw them in the water, they come to life. It could be anything, a crocodile, a shark, even maybe an inflatable toy car that could drive around on the water and take out all the pirate ships. Actually, I need one of those. That might make my life a little bit easier. Haha! We hope you've been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Make sure to leave a review and share it with every single one of your friends. This has been me, Pirate Peggy Pants. And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.